Ready to get into this one. Should be fun to see Nuke coming through as the pick of Havan Liberty into this one. We will be seeing them starting on the T side while Sharks get that favored CT start. JNT picking up a kit and a nade, while Havan Liberty have a couple of pieces of utility of their own, as well as that P250 in the hands of Doc for any potential long-range fights.
Smoke deployed at red. There's no secondary smoke, so Zevi will be able to spot them running down secret. Can't really do much about it, though, so Havan Liberty taking liberty of the lower site right now. JNT's actually rotated down here. He's deployed with a kit as well. He's in cubby. We'll hear the footsteps going up to control room. This crosshair poised up here. Reelson trying to peek out from ramp to get involved early into the pistol round. Hasn't been able to spot anybody just yet. And this good utility usage from Havan Liberty, keeping the CTs at bay, but they haven't checked JNT, and he's going to peek out. It's Reelson's taking the first headshot. Nate goes deep into the back of the site, and finally JNT getting his reward. Reelson has already picked up 2 kills, and JNT continuing to pick up players. That's going to be the round locked in surely now for Young Sharks to get onto the bomb to try and get the defuse through. And Sharks have locked it in. A clean pistol, not dropping a single player.
And that is what could be scary about this series, is that I think if all of the Sharks individuals show up to their top level, they could really take over just based on their aim. See that at the start of this round. Reelson coming back in from ramp. Weird fights happening, but JNT was the man sitting towards the back of the site who was able to get a couple of important kills. Just looked like Sharks were one step ahead there. Havan Liberty did a decent job at using their utility to get into position, but Sharks were able to stay on top of the situation.
Havan Liberty running down the ramp room. It's Reelson that'll be dropping back into the B site. Zevi's not going to get across on time to help him out, so Reelson will be left alone here to try and take down multiple players. He spots the bomb carrier. He can't get more than 1 kill, but Lukowski's rotated down to the double door. They've smoked it off. They've broken out that control room window as well. And Lukowski's about to be put under pressure, but DRG not ready for the swing. Thought the Molly would buy him some time and will cost him his life. Now JNT getting involved on the double kill. It's left Doc alone. He's one of the players that gets switched out for this team, but trying to prove that he's worthy of the spot in the roster now with the MAC-10. The bomb taking away. He's versus 3 players. As the MAC-10 is about to be double peeked around the corner, it gets the 1 kill, but Zevi follows up.
Well traded by Sharks. Another double kill for JNT, but they get the early information on ramp, which was more important than anything else. Spotting that quite a few players look to be committing to that B site. Sharks staying active across the map with these rotations. But another bomb plant for Havan Liberty leaves them with some options here. They've gone for a couple of quick-paced rounds to begin this game. Now they've got to think as to whether or not they want to go for the buy in this one. And it's very tempting, Dinko. I think they might just do it. Ooh,
see what
okay.
The decision is.
Might be a
half buy. Yeah. Tech-9s generally signaling that, Alex. And I mean, we've actually seen a lot of Tech-9 rounds come out over the past couple of days. So who knows? They might even be able to win a round off the back of this. It is unlikely, though. We'll be looking for them to try and get a bomb plant at best here for Havan Liberty.
Yeah, I can get behind this on the Havan Liberty side. You don't want to let your own map picks spiral out of control just off the back of forcing in a bunch of early T rounds. So I think just keep the pistols out, try and keep that CT economy low, because you know you've done some damage to that Sharks money. You know that you've been able to get some kills in these rounds. You can see that Sharks don't have much money in the bank. So hopefully for Havan Liberty's sake, they can continue to put the pressure on that T side or CT side economy.
JNT with the smoke at the ready. They're going to run him down. JNT tries to throw the molly in behind the smoke as well to keep them at bay, but the Tech-9s just keep on running. They've been chunked down, but no one has fallen yet on the T side. A lot of damage, though, has been received for Havan Liberty. They've managed to pick up the rifle with DRG. Reelson pushing forward deeper into the B side. That's false. Zevi just one bullet onto the low HP player was enough. But it's still 4v3 for Havan Liberty. Issue is here, Alex, they don't have the bomb side. They haven't planted that bomb yet. And with the Tech-9s and the Deagles, even though they've got the man advantage, being so low on HP and trying to fight through a couple of these choke points is probably not going to be too great for them. You know, the rifle should be able to take down multiple players.
Oh, in come the fights. Lukowski sitting towards the B site, struggling to get the kill. The Tech-9 finds him, and now Exit has to plug the gap, rotating down the vents in the 1-on-2.
Door's closed. He's going to have to swing that open, but they haven't committed to the plant just yet. He is biding his time. He should swing in the planter. He actually has a chance here to take one kill, and that's it. Now it's down to the 1v1 up against Allo in the position given away. Exit wins it out. Sharks will pick up the round, but it's damn close with Exit having to win.
Great work in the clutch from Exit, who is currently the highest rated player at this tournament so far. I love that he doesn't go swinging out for that second fight. He kind of just baits that second player in, realizes that that player probably wants to take the fight at that point because it's unlikely they're going to be in a position where they can quickly run away and go up to that A bomb site. So really good awareness of the situation there. But Sharks now have no money in the bank, Dinko. Havan Liberty have been really pressuring them early, and now we get a proper full buy on the board for Havan Liberty.
So we always say, Alex, you know, these Tech-9s, you can never really underestimate them. Just having that high mobility, getting the map control early, if you can manage to get at least the kill while keeping most of your players alive, it can be very difficult to put those Tech-9s away. And having Liberty, like you said, with the full solid buy now as well, they've pushed up Garage with those outside smokes. They've got a lot of control across the map. 3 players from the T side looking to challenge ramp. Remix with the AWP trying to pick off the opening. I wouldn't want to repeat that if I was on the CT side.
Yeah, it is Remix, as you said, with that AWP who's going to have the first chance to make the most of the sniper. It's the Rifles who get the job done early, though. Doc and DRG combining for that opening kill. That leaves them with plenty of options as they try and wrap this A site.
Oh, that's it. Holding Heaven. He's now looking back into the site, but the timing, he had to look back. He knew there was a timer on being able to look down into the A site, and he looks back just the right time to catch the flank. Getting 2 kills. It's a 2v3 as Havan Liberty have still got the man advantage, and the time can tick on inside of the A site.
It looks like
Really
Sharks are
wanna go
too
for
far
this.
removed.
Yeah.
Yeah. Exit did a really great job again, though, at cutting off that one side of the push. If there were 1 or 2 more kills found on the site players, then maybe they would have been able to have a good chance at this retake. Fortunately, not meant to be, though. Good round for Havan Liberty, however. Taking control of Yard early. Going for a fairly standard first gun round, right? That's a pretty common start to the round. Just take that Yard control when you've got the AWP, you've got the full guns out. Then I like the way they do wrap into the A bomb site quite quickly, putting the pressure on Sharks in that round. This was that initial kill. Peek from Heaven, 2 players there to meet him. And they've got players ready to push in through door, cutting off that rotation, getting their first round together.
Remix, with the door swinging wide open, and it blows off both the door and the vent cover. Remix is going to be smoked off. He's really been trying to find this early impact for Havan Liberty. He hasn't really been able to catch that opening of the timing. And even when given a small opportunity, it has been very difficult to land those shots. So Sharks have done a very good job at actually neutralizing the early presence of Havan Liberty.
Ooh, ramp presence coming in for the T side. JNT has been boosted up. Always an awkward angle to clear.
Yeah, they seem to be aware of it. W1's about to wide peek into the corner, and JNT and the 5-7 still getting the kill, and that's a second picked up. A 3rd kill from the 5-7. So much output from the pistol. He's going back for the 4K, but finally, he will fall. And like you said, Alex, so difficult to flush that position out, to get the angle to fight that spot. You can be aware of it, but actually getting rid of the player is another story. Luckily, Alec eventually getting the trade kills onto his team and now pushing back into the lobby has pulled it back into the 2v2.
Lukowski trying to take advantage of the info that there were players stacked towards ramp, tries to take initiative, but Doc has been able to flank all the way behind ramp. 20 seconds remaining for Havan Liberty here. They finally group up and try and hit this B site.
Allen now running forward again, has been the danger man, has been able to pull them out of holes time and time again. Finding the bomb this time. Oh, Rielsen looked to deny. He doesn't get the kill. Docks through the smoke, keeping the team alive. And now it's all an exit again. And Allen just hitting the headshot. A 4K for him. And that is exactly what Maui Snake has been talking about. Saying this player is the most impactful, consistent rifler for the team. You know, when this round is looking done, when you think JNT's done enough in the 5-7, Aula is still alive, still composed, and brings it right back into a winnable situation.
2 excellent headshots to close out the round. And he has definitely been a big piece of the puzzle for Havan Liberty. I think one of the players that has probably most exceeded our expectations coming into this tournament. He's one of the reasons why Havan Liberty have proven to be a very competitive team here. B-site stack, which Havan Liberty are going to run into, but it's only USPs on the Shark side.
It's definitely going to be difficult to flush all of them out, right? If they're distracted by at least one, you've got another player out to the right side of ramp who can maybe sprinkle some damage, but they're doing a good job at effectively clearing this. And now spotting Zevi, it's 2 kills for the CT side. It's exactly what they wanted to get out of the stack. You know, a couple of kills here and there, sprinkling out the damage. You're not really expecting to get the round win there, but a few kills is all you can hope for. And now we get into the buy rounds again.
Still no AWP coming out for the CT side. Their money slightly short to be able to get that. JNT probably could have dropped one, but it would have really been a push to get that AWP into this one. So instead, they focus the rifles. JNT making sure to get a full set of nades, and Remix finally got his chance for an opening kill, Dinko, but he misses the mark.
Nice setup here on the A side. They're going to use the advantage of the elevated positions to spot the feet of Havan Liberty, and that's going to allow them to do some early damage without really taking any on board themselves. So health advantage, at least at the start of this one for Sharks. No kills, the health advantage. And they can throw the utility outside here, Havan Liberty. They look to go for their outside execute, standard smokes. A lot of teams in this tournament have been running the deep smokes. I don't think we've seen too many of the standard red box smokes. It's really just been this deep CT smokes to cover off front main and garage.
Lots of teams putting some covering fire, if you like, into those smokes too, seeing if they can get a kill through, but the T's able to avoid it this time round. 3 players getting down secret, 2 players on ramp for Havan Liberty. 42 seconds remaining, and those 2 separate sides of the attack will look to converge on this B-bomb site.
Reels in, dropping down into ramp. We'll throw the nade on into the right side of the ramp room. It does connect, but not a whole lot of damage received from the T side. And DRG moving through has cut down Reelsen's teammate. That's going to be a support system really delinquished. And that's going to be now a 4v3 with Havan Liberty having the man advantage. They've got the B side and they've got it locked in. If you're Sharks, you really do want to go for this. You really want to try and win the round, but also you just got to be pragmatic, right? You got to look at your economy. You got to realize how difficult it is to get back into the B side and how much you would lose with no utility and all these rifles just going away. You would be right back down to pistols. They have to concede this one.
Just a lot of good ground gained in this one by Havan Liberty. Getting those players to pressure ramp quite quickly. The ramp players get into position early, then the players from Secret start to funnel in. And it's so hard for the 2 Sharks players on the B site to be able to hold off against all those different angles. Nice work from Havan Liberty. After some real close rounds at the start of this game, they have started to take over here. I think on the Sharks side, they are going to be taking a timeout ahead of this round. But you kind of see in that previous round how Havan Liberty were never really pressured. It just felt like they were able to slowly suffocate those players on the B side. They were slowly just able to wrap around from all those different angles. And it was always going to be a really hard hold for those Sharks players. So they've got to figure out how to make sure that doesn't happen to them again. I'll be hoping they can change that up ahead of this next round.
2 for 1. Zevi has won twice as many opening duels as he's lost at DreamHack Open 44. Not a bad stat to be carrying throughout the tournament. He's another player and the top-rated players for this tournament for Sharks, alongside Exit, who, like you said earlier, is the top-rated player in the tournament at the moment. Flashes outside. Doc is going to be under quite a bit of pressure. Reelzen's managed to get close up in behind or in front of Silo. He's also got his team hits all over outside. They're scouring the landscape in outer yards here, and this could work out for Sharks.
Exit still sitting behind this red container. Ooh, there's the fight. Lukowski takes it initially, and there are still 2 players close by that Havan Liberty aren't aware of.
It looked like his teammate was about to go down there, but like you said, Lukowski saving the day, getting that opening kill. They're gonna hard check Reelzen, knowing they're probably stacked towards outside right now, but it doesn't matter. All the kills are coming through for Sharks. So now the T side know they have to make a play, and right down vent, DRG goes. His teammate tried to follow suit, but got picked off. And Exit doing a good job through the smoke spam. 5v2 this time for Sharks. This should be a locked-in round unless Allo can pull something out of the bag. He's going to go through his teammates. Molotov, and still gets the kill. But he is alone now, 1v4. He drops down into Cubby, trying to go for the lineup. Knew he had to take a couple of fights, and he cannot get it for his side. That would have been absolutely huge. But I love the adjustment there from Sharks towards outside, Alex. It's a real big change-up, and it really works out for them.
I think they basically pinpointed that in those previous rounds, they were giving the T's a bit too much map control, a bit too much ground across the board. And I think if you let Havan Liberty play their own game on Nuke, they're going to be able to outposition you in a lot of these rounds. So yeah, great adjustment from Sharks. Just realizing that sitting back and trying to get the guessing game right is maybe not the way to play it in all these rounds. They shut down the yard play before it can begin. And then I like the response from Havan Liberty to try and go down to B, but at that point, you're down in a 3v5. And once one of those players gets picked off on the rotation down to the B site, from that point, it's just going to be too difficult to win the round.
Smoke gets rid of the Molotov. There's a bit of a gap here underneath the smoke for JNT to try and play with. It's not revealing the most information, but it does give him something. He's not going to be able to spot any players. They'll just have Liberty encroaching on Garage. And Zevi's got a good spot for this. He's positioned well, but he's changed up. And now we'll face down into Yard. Have already crossed into Garage, so he's kind of missed the timing for this spot to be successful. And he's not careful here. Doc could get in behind and open up the round for the T side. And that's exactly what's going to happen here. Zevi just biding his time here. Doc trying to get some more space. And oh my God, he's just left him. He's gone Heaven instead. Oh, this could be huge for Doc. Headshot into Heaven. That's the second player down the A side. Exit quickly rotating and looking back up to Heaven, getting the kill. And that might just save his team's chances here in this round. He's still under a lot of pressure, but Zevi can drop up Heaven and try and help him out.
Wow, the push getting denied. DRG finding one, but I think it's too little too late. Remix seeing what he can do. He's won some clutches in this tournament, but this one is too difficult. 3 CTs up against him. The poise was there to flank Heaven, but the timings from the other players didn't seem to be right. That's just a fantastic shot from the site. Exit continuing his fine form in this tournament. It's a good thing he had the AK as well. He could just turn around for the instant headshot. And that's a real shame for Havan Liberty. They tried to get cheeky with it. And unfortunately, the rest of the players not ready to follow through on the A play.
No, that would have been a fantastic round for Doc. I really like the idea. I like the attempt. Sometimes you just got to deal with Exit being better on the day, you know, turning around, getting that instant headshot. But back to the Tech Knights and the T side. Oh, no. They try to get down the vent, but they're caught on top. Lukowski getting 2, but the most important fact is the bomb got down. That's at least something. Now they're trying to pressure into Reelzen, but this time Sharks are handling well against the pistols. They don't drop a single player.
Business from Sharks in that round, taken care of. And Havan Liberty would have wanted that bomb plant so that they could get a slightly better buy. They will be missing a couple of AKs. It's not a massive problem, though. They're able to get the full utility on the majority of their players. Sharks have been able to switch things up, though, in the last couple of rounds, finding some success of their own. Now they're getting that AWP out into the hands of Zevi on the CT side, who we talked about previously, as being a big piece of this team. If you actually look at the AWP kills per round for both of these players, Remix is number 2 in the tournament with 0.42 AWP kills per round, and Zevi is number 1 with 0.43 AWP kills per round. So they're basically neck and neck with how successful they've been with the sniper. But this time it's Zevi who's got the chance to make the most of that weapon.
JNT has a much better one-way smoke to play with this round. He is still in secret. Zevi, I think he's aware of the fact that, last round he kind of got caught in position, so he's rotated up to the top of the ladder. Utility coming into the A site. Take a look at the T side where they are on the minimap, though. 2 players in lobby. The rest are going down secret into the B site. They're going to be trying to run down here. It's all a ruse on the A site with the utility. They can still fake out the A site even more here, but there has been one player drop down, ramp into the B site, and that's Reelson, the only player over here in defense for Sharks. He's got a read here. It might just be the B hit, but they need to be careful in these rotations because DRG is still waiting for them to try and drop into the vent, and then he'll swing that decon door open to try and take them down through Squeaky. Lakowski sticking around on the A site, and DRG has not taken his chance just yet. They're starting to take the fights. W1 and Doc getting 2 for the T side. Only 1 kill's being found for the CTs, and DRG continues to move forward for Havan Liberty as they lock in the bomb plan. It's Zevi and Lakowski trying to claw their way back into this one.
Zevi looking to the site and getting a second kill. W1 was hoping that flashbang would give him some breathing room. Instead, Zevi able to land the wallbang headshot. Now, Sharks have got a real chance on this retake, but they've got to get a move on. Half the time gone on that bomb, and it's going to continue to tick away. DRG swinging open the doors before they can even get close to the bomb. He sprays away onto both players. And Havan Liberty able to find even more success down on that B site.
Yeah, this is heating up to be a very good game in Counter-Strike. Some of the rounds coming out of Havan Liberty here are very impressive and fun to watch, right? They have that top site fake execute. They take their time. They don't even have to rush into the lower site. They make sure everybody's in the right position, and they win out the duels when it comes down to it. Very good stuff out of Havan Liberty, and this time it's the fast outside smokes, Alex.
It really looks like their game plan is to get to this B site as often as possible, but this time Sharks have adapted. JNT is in position earlier, putting down a defensive smoke to make sure he doesn't concede too much ground, and they're even going to rotate a second player down. Lukowski now with another smoke to slow Havan Liberty down even further, and now that the T's see 2 smokes at this position, Dinko, maybe they start to second-guess themselves here.
But they have pretty much fully committed now to Secret, right? They've got all 5 players over here. So they are going to bide their time for a little longer. All this utility is being drained out of B as well. So now they know they can pounce on CTs that don't have much utility. Flash goes in from Lakowski to try and hold them off and delay further. It is just now Lakowski down here. His teammates come back. Reels in over here on the ramp to try and back him up. But Havan Liberty gonna deal with that molly at door. That's gonna buy some extra time here for Sharks to get in better spots and prepare for this attack that will come through into B. Lakowski playing from close blue box. He's aware of decon being a problem, but he also has to worry about those double doors. Decon swings wide open. The bomb carrier's in behind that. And Lakowski's chasing after Ala. He's going to get the kill. Now going up to control room, gets his second victim. And now the decon push needs to be successful for Havan Liberty. They've got the bomb out. They've got it safely in behind the site, but there's still a player down in the last 10 seconds of this round. They commit to the plan. Rotation at the ready as well here from Sharks. They're in the vent with multiple players, and Zevi hits the important shot. DRG with it all to do, and JNT times his peak to perfection. We lock in another round for Sharks.
Lukowski just finding all the positions where he's safe, all the positions where he's got cover, kind of drifting around the bomb site into plenty of different angles, and Havan Liberty weren't able to flush him out of that site. I think for Sharks, they've been trying to figure out what the best way to rotate down to B is. They've had some rounds where they've had difficulties getting down the vents. They've been caught out at times by Havan Liberty. But in that round, the B players survived for such a long time that the rotates become much easier for Sharks. They can just start to get into position down ramp. They know that they've still got players alive on the site, which is always going to help those rotators so that the attention isn't on them. And oh boy, Lukowski in position. It's a lineup and it's a mow down in the vents.
Oh, Lukowski and Exit getting kills. It's all on Remix. I would not envy his position. And just gotta hope he can maybe find a CT getting hungry for the kill. Maybe he can pick them off with the deagle. Exit's jumping up the top of him. Oh, it's the headshot. Just clean there from Exit. 12-3. What a god this guy is right now, Alex. He wants to stay as that top-rated player coming into this tournament. He wants to finish it on top. And right now, with this kind of performance, you can definitely see that happening.
Especially because it's not like anyone's got simple level numbers in this tournament, right, Dinko? It's pretty close up there at the top. So definitely got to make a statement in these games to keep yourself at the top.
Bit of a slower round this time from Havan Liberty on the gun round. Not really pressuring B or committing there as early. I think Sharks' rotations and setups on the B side have been pretty solid, at least in the last round. JNT in general, from the games I've watched them, Alex, I've enjoyed his secret play. I think he can be a very good player in that spot. He generally likes to get there at the start of the rounds as well.
And he's playing there in this very round where the T's will be committing to some smokes, but they won't be committing that many players to Yard. Just a couple of T's off the back of these two smokes that have been deployed. JNT decides to play it safe. We haven't seen much in the way of A plays from Havan Liberty. Maybe this is the round where that changes, where we get to see another round that's targeted towards that A-bomb site. A couple of players starting to move into ramp, though. 43 seconds remaining. Reels in, spotting for information.
DRG. Oh no, he made the sound. Zevi didn't react though. I think TRG has got away with this one. He's turned back though. Nice headshot. Exit. He's smurfing right now. Clean headshot, Zevi. Oh, that is just awkward. Luckily, Lacaze is here to try and patch up the hole at Heaven, and Exit getting another kill before falling. And it's going to be Sharks picking up the round win with JNT getting to the A site in time to finish out the round. But, I mean, Zevi there. Oh, you would have liked to have seen at least one kill. Luckily, the setup inside of the A site was strong enough. And Exit just popping off again, just holding off the Hut offense. It's really good for a top Hut player when you're a site player, your site anchor can do that much work.
And it's just a huge upside for Sharks right now that pretty much every player is performing. We said that Sharks have this stacked roster across the entire team, that if they show up with all their players, they're going to be a real problem for any team in this tournament. And we're seeing why here on Nuke. Even though this is Havan Liberty's pick, I think just the individual ability of Sharks has shone through. Obviously, Exit has been leading in that category. He's had a lot of AK kills on this CT side. And now into the last round of the half, Havan Liberty down on a weaker buy and trying to pressure this B side.
Oh, JNT, that's not the best spot. He didn't have the stair cover. He knew if he tried to run back, he wouldn't have been there in time. So decides to take the fight. He's able to pick out one kill, and he's traded out immediately. 4v4 with a minute left. Bomb committed to the lower site. There's still two players up on the A side of things, outside of the squeaky door. Lacaze is CT vent that will peek out for one. Exit again, just farming on these Havan Liberty players. And that'll be it. 10-5. Sharks, good half on the defense. Exit's been popping off. We'll see if he can continue that and really bring a Brazilian carnival as he head into the second half of map number 1.
Some days you wake up like the world is on fire. Last call came late last night, you're caved in and tired. One more lover that will never be found. Just another body in the cold, cold ground. It's a game show world if you think you can dance. It's good to be alive, give it one more last chance. I know the words burn you down like a cigarette, and when the ashes hit the ground, you are a silhouette. Don't give up if you're invisible. Don't give up if you're invisible. These next few words won't be the last time you hear that you caught a little bad luck waiting for the last ones to clear.
Welcome back to DreamHack Open 44. We're heading into the second half of Nuke, and Sharks look strong on that CT side. It's their turn on the attacking side. We'll see if Havan Liberty have anything up their sleeve to try and claw their way back into this. It is their map pick, so we want to see a little more out of them. I think they had some cool rounds in the first half, Alex, but it only reaped them 5 rounds.
Yeah, definitely need to see some more success coming out from this CT side of Havan Liberty. We have talked about how Sharks have had some struggles on the T side of this map, though. They have a 23% win rate on the T side of this map in the last 6 games they've played on it. They did look slightly better, I think, in that game they played against Imperial, which was in this tournament. I think Sharks have improved that T side of Nuke, but this game definitely isn't over yet. If Havan Liberty can win this pistol round and get rolling with the economy, they could absolutely make this a close map.
That's not a great stat for their opening kills. The only team below 50% in the event. We'll see if they can up that here on the CT side. Get into the pistol round. Havan Liberty, they've got 4 sets of Kevlar DRG with an nade and a kit. Over for the T side, a good bit of utility here on Exit and J&T. We'll see what the idea is. Remix hitting the first headshot outside. He's getting involved finally. Oh, he's really waking up in this second half. A second shot for him, but finally brought down by Exit on the P250.
Giving his team a good advantage early in the round, though. A couple of Sharks players have taken some extra damage. Exit down to 6 health, reels in down to half. And because of that, they're looking to make some solo plays. Doc hasn't spotted him.
No, that's the perfect timing for J&T. He's out into the site. Doc has no idea. Oh, J&T, that's a free kill. He's got the molly up to heaven as well. He's going to wait on the timing for it to be effective. And DRG is forced away. His teammate nearly going down outside. Reels in, that was a sure thing right there. I thought he was going to get that kill to draw the man advantage in for his team. But Havan Liberty now still stand with 3 players. Remember, they still have a kit, so they have some extra time to play with here as well. But the post plant is locked in for Sharks. The time ticking. That nade going in, catching out Exit. That's the early damage coming into play here. Late into the round, and all of the kills for Havan Liberty picked up.
Good recovery from Havan Liberty after that awful timing on the A site. I'm sure Doc will watch that one back in the demo and be frustrated. If he was there a split second sooner, he would have been able to spot that man, but it doesn't matter in the grand scheme of things. Havan Liberty win that pistol round. Remix got them off to that good start. The rest of the squad able to close it out. And even with some success in that round, Sharks decide they're not going to force up into this one. Just a couple of digs ball.
Yeah, that's the thing I was going to mention, right? The fact that, okay, the timing, if Doc had a better timing, okay, they still win the round, but they did concede the bomb plant because of it. But there's no force buy. So, like you said, it really does come back to your point, the fact that in the big picture, it didn't really matter. They didn't go for the force buy. And so it should be Havan Liberty getting a 7th round easily. And that will mean Sharks are playing for the utility into the next one to get the solid buyout. Should be a great time for Remix to pick up some confidence and really start to get warmed up. Early kills in the pistol round, now early kills in the second round of the second half. He's just hitting every shot, finally getting that kill outside. Reels it, drop down as well. I mean, Remix has been having a very quiet game so far, but getting a good start into the second half can really allow you to forget about the first half, forget about your woes, and just focus on the game ahead.
No AWP available for him, sadly, in this first gun round, but the same can be said for Sharks, who are sticking with full AKs and full nades ahead of this one. Yeah, you can see even Reels in here has a bit of money in the bank, so they maybe could have even bought a bit more in the previous round if they really wanted to, but the focus put into this first gun round, as you pointed out, and the smoke's already coming into play to allow Sharks to get up close onto Secret.
Oh, reels in. That's the headshot you want to find. Remix had played down Secret early, similar to how JNT was playing it in the first half, but Remix not getting anything out of it. Luckily, Doc, who was also down in the B side, getting something for the team. In fact, he's done more than something. He's got 2 kills. W1 as well stepping up, and he's still alive in this B side. That's the difference. He's still walking on the server, so that's the man advantage for Havan Liberty. But how long can they hold it? Ala and DRG have turned up to the B site, and now it becomes very difficult for Sharks. They haven't got out onto the site. They haven't been able to plant the bomb. So you've really got to start playing for these kills. And Exit getting the double. JNT with the headshot, and Havan Liberty just walk right into them.
Exit right now has the most kills on the server and the least deaths on the server. That is an MVP performance on this map from him. Just so patient. Waits for the CTs to push into his crosshair. It's almost like there was a little game of hide and seek going on for a second there, but then the CTs turned into the seekers, the Ts turned into the hiders, and they couldn't catch out Exit.
I like the Sharks don't panic. They don't try and start taking those fights. They just sit back and wait for that mistake. You know, their opponent, they were just waiting on the opponent to make that mistake, to go and try and find some info. They had confidence and faith that it would happen, and in fact it did. I mean, they went and pushed in. They get that opportunity, Exit with a very good angle. And then the fact that he's able to double up, like you said, Alex, Exit has just been on another level so far. And it's a 2v3 that Havan Liberty certainly would have felt that they should have been picking up. And if they go on to lose Nuke here, that's one round that will be playing in the back of their head, I'm sure. Quickly out, down the vent here. Zebi's got a lot of control into B. Well, it is just pistols, so they're charging outside to try and get in behind. They're actually chasing after this ramp push.
Sharks, I think, have realized that B site is wide open. Ala is getting into position, but he's not going to arrive in time. I like in that previous round for Havan Liberty, at least they had a really fast rotate down to B. They had 2 players down on B really quickly, because Remix was taking quite an aggressive stance on Secret. It allowed Doc to rotate down vents, but then W1 came in from ramp and also committed to the B site. So that's at least one upside for Havan Liberty. I think their fast rotate down to B was clearly the right call, clearly the right read, and they were really dynamic in the way they moved down to that B bomb site. Just came down to Sharks being one step ahead of them. And I think Sharks are going to get one further step ahead of them from this round. It will be the 12-7 lead, and I don't think the Sharks players are in trouble here. I think they're fine to save.
Doc's going to try and get one, but yeah, too far away to get around the corner on time. So 12-7. Sharks are showing up today. And I think coming into this tournament, a lot of us predicted them to be the favorites, and for good reason. I mean, you look at down the team, you look at their experience, you look at the players they've got, and you can be forgiven for thinking they are going to be the team that should have walked through this tournament easily. Hasn't been the easiest road for them. I mean, the 9C win was very convincing, but they lost to Imperial, and now find themselves trying to battle for that grand final spot up against Havan Liberty. They've shown up today. 12-7 on the scoreboard. Exit taking control of the B site early on. Now W1 pressured at ramp. 4 players sprinting in, and they're just going to hard check him. Look, Halsey just taking him down out of the round immediately.
Ooh, that's a good shot from Remix, and this AWP might have to do more to get them back into this round. The smoke's cutting him off, but he wants to go through. He wants to make a play, and Exit punishes him for it. Man advantage taken back by Sharks and the bomb plant.
Yeah, the bomb plant is another big issue here for Havan Liberty. Now they've got a timer on this. Now they've really got to try and get back into the site with limited time. Looking for these kills will be hard enough, but with the timer, that just increases the difficulty to nightmare levels. And the positions Sharks have got, you've just got to look at this as a very unlikely round for Havan Liberty, and I think they realize that as well. Starting to back away and save into the next one. Their money is not in a forgiving position, and Sharks will head to 13. They're the Great White today, Alex.
Definitely looks like it. I was trying to think if there was a scarier shark than the great white shark. I don't think there is.
Is the Megalodon a shark?
Maybe. Sounds like it. I don't know. I'm kind of thinking about how, you know, with dinosaurs, like the T-Rex kind of isn't the scariest dinosaur because I'm pretty sure there are just some massive ones that are even
Like
bigger.
pop culture has made it with Jaws, you know.
Yeah.
So the biggest shark in the world for the next 13 million years, the enormous shark dominated the oceans. So yes, that's the Megalodon. So yeah, I would say that's pretty scary. I'd say that's more scary than a great white.
All right, so if they were 60-0, they'd be the Megalodon.
Yeah,
But they're just
yeah.
a great white today because it's a 13-7.
Yeah. Sharknado. I don't know how many shark films there are in the world, Alex. There's too many. Too many is the answer.
What about the other animals? What about an anteater film?
I mean, maybe there'll be something about that in the future. Who knows?
If you film that from the ant's POV, that would be terrifying, I'm sure.
Yeah, that would be terrifying. You know, like Ant's life.
Ooh, not a bad nade. Exit falls back. Sharks have lost an early player in this round. So this is the first time they're fighting from the back foot, but they're going straight down the vents, straight back to that B site that's been so successful for them.
W1's here. He's got to really step up with a FAMAS. He's got one in Lakauzi. Second player giving away his position at Decon and gets caught with an A, but no kill for W1. He would have loved to have gotten that kill to put his team in a better spot, but Remix is in fact the man who will do that. The scout from ramp collecting a victim. And now the bomb not planted, but should be confirmed shortly. They're still trying to take the fight. They want to drop back into the 2v2 before they play the post plant. And you can definitely get behind the idea. Exit's pushed up close into the corner and Havan Liberty. They've lost that player, Exit. If you need a player to make you some space in these close rounds, Exit has shown time and time again he can deliver that. And another one picked up for him. Exit just so calm under pressure, and having Liberty just sit outside of the site waiting for the bomb plant, and every kill just keeps coming through for Sharks. Exit is just on fire right now.
Sharks are showing us some championship level form right now. This was the early kill. The player got down the vents, but got burned to a crisp. And yet still, Exit popping off here with these 2 kills, close range on the site. I think for Havan Liberty, oh no, they're in trouble in this round as well. Doc's been taken out by an early spam and nade combo. Now, normally I'm a fan of a combo meal, Dinko, but that's not one that I'd eat.
No Tesco meal deal for you. Zevi with the headshot. It's a 2-man advantage for Sharks. Again, you got to look at what Havan Liberty have done in this round. They've invested, they've got the money out, and they've bought the weapons. And they've lost 2 players with no trades coming through. Horrible situation to find yourself in here if you're Havan Liberty. Your map pick, the investment in, you lose this round, you lose it convincingly, you've got nothing. You're also down a map point. Exit. Just what is he not capable of doing? 22 and 6, looking for that 23rd kill, and he's going to get it, no problem. I don't think there's any question about who the MVP of this map is. He's just been so damn good. So much impact, just not on just one part of the round, but the whole round, the opening of the rounds, getting control of the map, in the late rounds, clutching out, getting those impactful kills to draw them back into winnable situations. Exit has just done everything for this team so far.
He's just not losing fights either.
Yeah.
Didn't he have 6 kills at the half? 6 deaths at the half, rather? No, because they lost the pistol. Still, basically, he's barely ever died.
Yeah, he
That's what I'm
doesn't die.
trying to say. And he's taking fights all the time, but he's never losing them.
He's a master duelist right now. And now they run out into the site. Lakauzi, he's got down vent. Again, they just are very good at getting this lower site control immediately, and Havan Liberty haven't really been adjusting to it well, to be honest. They haven't really been able to figure out how to deal with this just yet when the pressure's on. Ale and Ramp at least getting that kill. Zevi going on a bit of a walk on his own, and that is going to give his opponents the opening kill and the man advantage.
Another man advantage to start the round for Havan Liberty, but they've been here before. They weren't able to close it out. I love that Sharks have been consistently putting pressure on this B side of the map. We've seen W1 try to change the way he's playing ramp, try and change the way he's playing B, but he's not found the answer. And I think this is why more and more teams are putting star players on ramp now. It's just such an important position to get a kill from or to get something from. And if you are unable to do that, then Sharks are going to make you pay on that B side of the map. We might see a similar aim in this round for Sharks. 3 players crossing to Secret. Fast rotate down from Havan Liberty. They've got a second player in position to try and counter this push.
Oh, J&T so close to getting the vent spam. Down into the B site, that would have been the kill. Back into the 4v4, but 19 seconds left. They finally get that kill, but they've lost another. Exits on 1 HP. This might be one of those rare rounds where he actually falls. But with 10 seconds left, the bomb will get planted. And once again, it's a 3v3 on this B site. A retake for Havan Liberty. They haven't been able to win a lot of these, and Exit's been a big reason why. And he's got another kill. He's the Walking Dead right now on 1 HP, but still doing so much work. And he gets it over the line, 16-7. What a showing from Sharks to open up this matchup. And that's a statement in map number 1.